This video is for educational purpose. This video is not a shade to anybody or it's not a disrespect to anybody, but I have noticed that a lot of people don't understand the football that they watch, right? Some people just watch football for fun, and when they hear people use some terms in football, it seems like you are saying something different from what they understand. So this video is for educational purpose. In the midfield, there are different types of midfielders. There are midfielders that do different responsibilities. We have defensive midfielders, we have central midfielders, and we have attacking midfielders, right? We have other, branches of midfield. We have right midfielders, left midfielders, and things like that. But I'm going to focus on these three, which are defensive midfielders, central midfielders, attacking midfielders. Now, let us start with defensive midfielders. Defensive midfielders are midfielders that are saddled with the responsibility of protecting the defense, bringing out the ball from the back, and linking up play with other midfielders and sometimes the attackers. So defensive midfielders play far away from goal. Their responsibility is to protect the defense, interceptions, help in the defensive build-up of the game, and help in, releasing the ball from the back to the other midfielders. Then we have the central midfielders. These midfielders are usually called controllers or orchestrators. These are the guys that are in charge of, making sure that they dictate the tempo of the game. They control the tempo of the game. And we basically call them controllers. These are the guys that they are not always in the attacking end, right? They are not always the ones giving the last pass. They are the ones that will give the pass before the pass. These are the guys that usually do the pre-assist. They are the ones that will create the space, give that pass to that player that will not give the last pass that will cause a goal. So these guys are usually called the controllers. They also help in creativity. They also create goal-scoring opportunities. But that is not their primary responsibility. Their primary responsibility is to dictate the tempo of the game, right? Their primary responsibility is to ensure that the ball is kept properly and they spread the ball accordingly. Then we have the attacking midfielders. These ones play closer to goal. They play closer to the attackers. Most times, they are the ones that give that last pass that causes a goal. That's why they have more numbers in terms of assists and goals, because they play closer to goal, right? They are more or less part of the attacking setup of the team, right? So these are the different facets of midfielders. Now, examples of defensive midfielders. We have the likes of Makelele, we have the likes of N'Golo Kante, we have the likes of Rodri, we have the likes of Busquets, right? And so on and so forth. There are so many. But these are just few of the popular ones, right? Then, in central midfield, we have the likes of Vitinha, we have the likes of Pedri, we have the likes of Luka Modric, we have the likes of Toni Kroos, we have the likes of Xavi. So these are some of the examples of central midfielders, orchestrators, controllers, right? This is their job. Then in the attacking midfield, we have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, we have the likes of Mesut Ozil, we have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, right? These guys are more into the attacking phase of the game. So I believe that with this video, I've been able to explain the difference in midfielders. We are all learning. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. But as a football fan, you should be able to differentiate between a controller, an orchestrator, and a creator in the midfield. You should be able to differentiate. This is basic knowledge that every football fan should know. And if you come out and you're asking questions like, oh, Pedri is a controller, Pedri is a controller, it shows that you don't have any football knowledge, you know nothing about football, and you need to go back to go and understand what football is, right? Yes, he's a controller. Doesn't mean that he cannot create. Doesn't mean that he cannot create opportunities or create chances. But that is not his primary duty. His primary duty is to control the tempo of the game, right? Creativity is for other people. His job is to control the tempo of the game. And yes, while controlling the tempo of the game, he can also create. So if he creates, it's not an anomaly. It is part of the game. But his primary responsibility is to control. And that's why we call them controllers. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you.